wanted to talk about cleansing tarot cards. I use sage. My family's been using sage for as far back as I can remember. We were part of a Native American unity church when I was young, spent many years there. So I've learned a lot about it, and it's a foundation of my spiritual practice from way back. So I thought I'd share a little bit of that. Obviously, there's lots of ways to cleanse and to get centered. I know that some people will simply knock on their deck, they'll give it a shuffle, take a deep breath, sit quiet for a few minutes, and those are all good ways to do that. Sage is, doing a ritual, which is, an action performed in a customary way. In the private practice of cleansing items like tarot cards, that can be considered a ritual. Using the aromatic smell of the smoke, doing the action of lighting the coal and burning the sage, can really add to your participation, your focus, and get you involved. Especially repeating these ritual reinforces the power of it. So over time, it builds on itself. You get to the point where you just smell the sage, and you return to the place that you're working so hard to practice, to be able to return to this peaceful place where things aren't distracting you, and you're able to concentrate on the thing you want to concentrate on. People they say that they're clearing away negativity. I'll agree with that. You burn the sage, you open up the windows and doors, you can see the smoke leave, and you can very easily picture your concerns and your worries going out the door for that period of time. It's very effective. When we use something from the earth, from a plant, when we harvest, we should do it with respect. And we're taking something, so we offer something from the heart. Exhibiting your gratitude is even important for you, because the only type of we understand that a fair exchange is really how it works. If we take something from someone or something, we give something that is of value to them, and that is the proper form of exchange. And yes, even with a plant, because we are getting something, harvesting something important from that. And I mention that because there is an issue of sustainability with sage. The native peoples from the Southwest, which is where white sage grows, it's sacred to the Gabrieleños, Tongva, and the Chumash of this area. They've been forming and practicing their rituals and using sage for presumably over 15,000 years. So it's a connection to their ancestors. When they go to the place of peace that you're looking for when you do these types of practices to connect with the universe, they're connecting to the same place that their ancestors have for millennia. Now, we are all related, and the place that they go is the place that we go when we have peace and we achieve that space. And there are a lot of people that are interested in it that are not Native Americans, myself included. So we should do what we can to make sure that the sage that we're getting and using is harvested in a sustainable way. You can buy seeds from the internet, non-GMO, for like $5 or $6 for 100 of them. Plant some of your own. I currently, with a plant that I have here at the house that my mom planted many years ago, I'm in a situation where this spring I'll probably have to start taking some clippings and starting sprouts from it, because I think the plant got bumped and half the plant isn't producing the way it should. So I'll get into that probably next spring, and I'll maybe post some more videos of my success there, hopefully. But anyhow, I've been harvesting from this plant. I will say a prayer. I will offer a pinch of tobacco. I'll wrap it in smudge sticks and for my own personal use, and then I also give them to friends and family. And it's a neat thing to have around, and it smells beautiful and it works wonderfully. You can also, besides smudge sticks, you can leave it loose and burn it on a coal, like a Three Kings briquette. These are small discs of compressed charcoal mixed with sulfur, so they light with matches or a simple lighter. The ring of burning sulfur will travel through the coal, and in a couple of minutes heat up to a glowing red coal. This lets you add pinches of sage, cedar, or other incense to it by just dropping it onto the top of the coal. I recommend using a vessel made to handle the constant heat, because they do get quite hot. The familiar smell of sage smoke instantly brings me back to countless times that I've burned it in the past in prayer and meditation. You build a base of all your prior practice. And that's why it's so important to the native peoples. They're adding to the base of all their ancestors who burned this sacred plant and did the same rituals. All we're doing here with this practice is setting up an atmosphere in which you can allow yourself to remember your sacredness. When you're in that space, there is no obstacle. You bathe yourself in smoke, bathe your cards in the smoke, and it is good. So, here we have some loose sage, and you can take a pinch of it. And place it on the coal, and the smoke will rise. You can cleanse your hands. You can bathe your head and your heart. Different tribes and peoples do specific things in each of their rituals. I was taught a certain way to offer smoke, a traditional series of steps by my teacher. I've also developed my own way to do other things, combining studies to include what my heart recognizes from the beautiful wisdom of the world. Think about it, establish the way you wish to practice, and take the time and care to do it correctly. And then you'll have a way to put yourself in the place you need to be to do your best work. I hope this was informative, and I may be back with another sage-related video when I take my clippings and try to plant those, try to get some other plants started, and perhaps I'll demonstrate my easy smudge stick wrapping method. Seems to be maybe a little easier and quicker than other methods that I've seen out there, and it works well. It's what I do every year. So, take care.